Peace and blessings, family. I am Astarius Miraculi, and this is day 14 of 100 days of healing. Dear women, I apologize for my transgressions. I apologize for me. I apologize for all men. We atone, rise up, and champion you. So today, I'd like to share a little bit more with regards to my connection with Mama. I've shared earlier in the videos about the challenges of my childhood, Mama being alcoholic my entire growing up, and me being terrified of her, and sometimes the physical abuse, and then leading up to age 16, when I was kicked out of the house and took to the streets uh, in the treacherous ghettos of Chicago. So, I shared a lot of those things, and a lot of that, is a representation of the difficulty that I experienced with my mom. And also, there's a different chapter I'd like to share in this now moment, what my relationship with my mother evolved into. When, as I also said in previous uh, videos, that I had grown to have in my teenage years, 16, up until 22, this hatred toward my mother and a hatred toward women. And and then when I consciously stepped onto my spiritual path at age 22, all of that hatred, dissipated, and I grew into this resonance of divine love, this resonance of a love for all beings, and certainly a love for my own self. And, so for the first, say, 3 years of my being on my spiritual path, from age, 22 up until 25, Mom was still, deep in the alcoholism, really going further and further and further toward the bottom. And so in the early stage of my spiritual journey, I experienced my uh, my aunt and the man that my mom had married at that time, calling me up and saying, you need to really come, because your mom is really flipped out. And ultimately, we wind up, having to commit her. And, fortunately for me, I had a real solid connection to my spiritual path, and I was able to really hold space, for her in that process. And she wind up, being hospitalized, in that mental institution for maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks or so. It wasn't a very long time. And then she came out, and then the next big thing that happened, she had gotten evicted, and she called me, and she was in tears, on the phone, telling me that they were putting, all of her belongings on the streets. And I didn't really even know that, the situation was that difficult for her. We lived about a 15-minute drive, from each other. So I was married at that time, and I, uh, rented a U-Haul truck. And as they put Mama's stuff on the streets, put her things on the U-Haul truck, and then took her to my home, which, was myself, my wife, and my infant child at that time. And so Mom stayed for, a few months, and then she wound up getting again her own place. And then finally, the last straw was I was 25, and my aunt called me and said, you better go and see about your mother. The janitor, found her with a rope, saying that she was going to hang herself. And so for me, it was the last straw. I had been on my spiritual path, and so it was not difficult for me to love her no matter what was going on. But I went and I sat Mama down and I said, Mama, I love you, and I just can't hang out and watch you do what you're doing, in your life. You got to go get some help, or I'm done with you. And I wasn't bluffing. I just went as far as I could go at that particular time. And I'm an only child, and there was something that clicked within Mom. You know, just saying it the way that I said it, and that if she didn't get help, I was done. And so at the core of her being, I guess she knew that I meant that. And so Mama went to AA the following day or so, and I never took another drink, until the day she left this plane, which was November the 5th of 2016. So there was all those years, and so I had this amazing spiritual connection, with Mama, because she began to awaken to who she is as a spiritual being. She was also open to me sharing with her the things that I had learned and grown into on my spiritual path. And even did readings for Mama. Did readings for her, and down the road, even initiated her into Reiki, and Mama used to call me the Good Shepherd, and she would say, and she called me Shep for short. Mom said, she says, Shep, you're so wise, you should have been my daddy. I don't know how I got to be your mama. Shep, you should have been my daddy. And so I felt so honored that my mother, who gave birth to me, was open, and receptive enough to listen to things that I could share that would be of benefit to her. And so, I was Mama's counselor in a lot of ways for a long time. The bottom line of my share is that, in the greater majority of my adult life, there was just nothing but big love between Mom and I. And even when she transitioned, I did the main presentation, at her transitional service. And I got a chance to hear all these testimonies from people who were in AA with her and were talking about how they were alive because of her. So I got to experience how many lives she had touched. And so the bottom line of today's sharing is an encouragement for us to honor our mother and father. I never knew my biological father. He was never a part of my life, and he transitioned when I was 8 years old, but I never even saw him in the physical sense. But he offered his seed. My mom and him came together and gave me the opportunity to be born into this physical incarnation, and I love and honor both of them for that. And I encourage all of us that no matter what our parents did or did not do, that they sponsored us into this incarnation so that we could come and work through the things that we need to work through in this physical plane. And so honor, praise, and gratitude unto all of our parents. And thank you for co-creating with me in this 14th day of 100 days of healing. Please partake of the other videos. There's so much more information about the entire journey. I love you so much, and good fortune in all that you are, all that you be, all that you do. I let love love me. Therefore, I realize that every being is me, and I am every being. I let love love me. Therefore, I realize that what I do unto the drop, I do unto the ocean. What I feel about the drop, I feel about the ocean. I let love love me. Therefore, I am worthy of every blessing that is, was, or ever will be. I recognize that every blessing in the whole of existence exist as a formless embryo in the womb of my soul, in the womb of my soul. I am every blessing, and every blessing is me. I let love love me. Therefore, I embrace the eternal resonance of my soul in the awareness that all of my trials and tribulations have an expiration date and a shelf life. I am eternal, and all of my trials will pass away. I let love love me. Therefore, I realize that all negativity will not stand the test of eternity, but I will. I let love love me. Therefore, I love me no matter what. I let love love me. Therefore, I rewrite the cellular memory of all anti-divinity. I bless it up and love it free. I let love love me. Therefore, I live within the I and the I am of the storm. I am invincible, invisible, invulnerable, and immune to all of life's chaos and turbulence. I let love love me. Therefore, I am infinitely and divinely protected. I let love love me. Therefore, I bless Creator Source. I am an unduplicatable expression of blessing. I let love love me. Therefore, I define myself by virtue of my universal being, the all-inclusiveness of who I am as an eternal, omnipresent, all-dimensional expression of infinite being. I let love love me. Therefore, I let love have its way with me. I let love love me. Therefore, I marry myself. Within the temple of heaven's house, I do take me to be my spouse. Within the temple of heaven's house, I do take love to be my spouse. I let love love me. Therefore, I know that love has got my back and I have got love's back. I let love love me, and therefore I honor the greater expanse of my being that is standing in the circle of eternity, remembering for me that which I humanly forget. I let love love me. I let love love me, therefore I want the best for all and receive the blessing from all that wants the best for me. I let love love me, therefore I own the universal mastery and fulfillment of all. I feel sacred pride in every amazing thing that is done in life. I let love love me, therefore I know I am cellular co-creator of all that is created. I have a hand in every blessing. I let love love me, therefore I know that every blessing in life is already given. Every prayer in life is already fulfilled. I am pregnant with every blessing that will ever come to be. They are embryos within my soul, even though my human eyes have yet to see. So I see with the eye of mind and heart in the infinite realms of the great unseen, choosing wonderful feelings without concrete reasons, and all the riches of the kingdom are now mine to redeem. I let love love me, therefore I morph from longing to belonging. I don't have to long for any blessing because I belong to every blessing, and every blessing belongs to me.